At the end of Part 2A, we left you with 3 things. The first, Shannan Gilbert was found in a dense coastal marsh half a mile from the last residential door she knocked on. The terrain between those 2 points is waterlogged, impenetrable at night, and not where a panicked person instinctively runs. The second, the day after Shannan disappeared, someone called her mother and said he had treated Shannan and that she was safe. That call was later denied. Phone records say it was made. The third, the sequence of events on the night does not fit together as cleanly as the official accidental drowning ruling requires. Tonight, we go through each one. Before we do, I want to be precise about what this video is and what it is not. It is a documented account of facts that are on the public record, discrepancies that have been identified by the family attorney, and questions that have not been answered. It is not a verdict. It is not an accusation. It is the information that John Ray and the Gilbert family say needs to be explained before this case can be considered closed. John Ray has a very specific problem with where Shannan was found. It is not the distance. Half a mile is entirely within the range of a person running in a panic. It is not the time. 19 months is a long time, and conditions in a dense marsh change significantly over that period. His problem is the direction. When Shannan Gilbert burst out of Joseph Brewer House at 4:51 a.m. and began running through Oak Beach, she had 2 options available to her. Option 1, run toward the Causeway. The single road in and out of Oak Beach was approximately 400 meters from Brewer House. It was paved. It was lit by street lamps. It was the only road exit from the community. It led directly to the mainland and to safety. Option 2, run in the opposite direction from the Causeway, through the residential streets, past the last lit houses, and into the dense coastal marshland at the far edge of the community. The official ruling requires Shannan to have chosen option 2. John Ray says that is not how panic works. When a person is in genuine flight panic, they do not make strategic choices. They move toward light, toward sound, toward structures they can see, toward people, toward the road. They move away from darkness and toward anything that represents safety, even if that safety is uncertain. This is not a legal argument. It is behavioral science. It is the same principle that explains why people in building fires move toward familiar exits even when emergency exits are closer. We run toward what we know. We run toward light. The marsh where Shannan was found is the darkest, most difficult, most impenetrable terrain in Oak Beach. It has no paths. The ground becomes wet and soft immediately at the vegetation line. The reeds are dense enough that forward visibility drops to almost nothing within a few meters of entering. At night, in May, in complete darkness, that terrain is not navigable without knowing it very well. Shannan had never been to Oak Beach before that night. The Causeway was 400 meters in one direction. The marsh was 800 meters in the other. She ended up in the marsh. John Ray says that is not where she ran. He believes she was placed there. The official investigation maintains she drowned accidentally after running into the marsh in a panicked, drug-affected state. That ruling has not changed. The day after Shannan Gilbert disappeared, her mother Mari received a phone call. A man on the line identified himself as Dr. Peter Hackett. He told Mari he was a neighbor in Oak Beach, which was accurate. He did live in the community, and that he was an emergency physician. He told Mari that he had treated Shannan after she ran into the marsh, and that Shannan was currently safe in what he described as a home for wayward girls that he ran. He told her not to worry. Mari was simultaneously confused and relieved. Her daughter was alive. A doctor had treated her. She was safe. And then she tried to follow up, and things started to not make sense. When investigators looked into the call, Dr. Hackett denied making it. He said he had no recollection of any conversation with Mari Gilbert. He said he had not treated Shannan. He said there was no home for wayward girls. He said the call had not happened. Phone records showed the call had been made from his number. Dr. Hackett was subsequently asked to explain the phone records. He gave several different accounts over the following years. In one account, he suggested his daughter may have used his phone without his knowledge. In another account, he gave a different explanation. In a 2011 interview, he acknowledged that he might have called Marsh Gilbert, but said he did not remember the details of what was said. The accounts have shifted over time in ways that have not resolved the central question. Dr. Hackett has never been charged with any crime in connection with Shannan Gilbert's disappearance or death. He has also never been publicly cleared of the question the call creates. Because the question the call creates is not a small one. If you call the mother of a missing woman the day after she disappears and tell her you have treated her daughter and that her daughter is safe, you have specific information. You know the woman was injured or in distress. You know she came to you or was brought to you. You know what happened to her after 5:14 a.m. And if your account of having that information later turns out to be something you deny entirely, the question of where that information came from does not go away. John Ray has named Dr. Hackett in the civil lawsuit filed on behalf of the Gilbert family. The lawsuit names him as someone who had information about Shannan that was not disclosed to investigators. Dr. Hackett has denied the central allegations. The phone call remains on the record. The explanation for it does not. The night of April 30th to May 1st, 2010 involved multiple 911 calls, multiple witnesses, and a sequence of events that the official account assembles in a specific order. When you examine that sequence closely, several elements do not fit together as cleanly as the official account requires. Shannan called 911 at 4:51 a.m. The call lasted until 5:14 a.m. That is documented. Joseph Brewer called 911 at approximately 5 a.m., slightly before Shannan call ended. He reported a woman behaving erratically. That is documented. Police arrived at approximately 5:30 a.m. They searched the community and the Causeway and the waterfront. They found no sign of Shannan. That is documented. What is less clearly documented is the sequence between those calls and the specific movements of the people involved in the gap between 4:51 a.m. and police arrival at 5:30 a.m. That is a window of approximately 39 minutes. Michael Pock's account of where he was and what he was doing during those 39 minutes has been reported in the press. The specifics of his account and Brewer account do not align perfectly in several details. Neither man has been charged with anything. Both accounts were taken by police and accepted as the record of the night. John Ray has argued for years that those 39 minutes, the gap between the last recorded trace of Shannan and police arrival, deserve a closer examination than they received. The official investigation declined to characterize the death as anything other than accidental. A more thorough examination of those 39 minutes would require a homicide investigation framework. That framework was never applied. This section documents two things: what the geographic and temporal record shows, and what has and has not been investigated. The geographic record, Oak Beach, where Shannan disappeared, is adjacent to Ocean Parkway. Ocean Parkway is where Rex Heuermann deposited the remains of 4 victims over a period of years. The distance between Oak Beach and the Gilgo Beach discovery sites is approximately 2 miles. The temporal record, Shannan disappeared in May 2010. Rex victims disappeared in summers of 2007, 2009, and 2010. Shannan disappeared in the same year as 2 of Rex's confirmed victims. Rex's wife and children regularly traveled to Iceland in the summers. Rex stayed behind. That pattern overlaps with the disappearances of Maureen Brainerd Barnes in summer 2007, Megan Waterman and Amber Costello in summer 2010, and Shannan Gilbert in May 2010. These are facts of geographic and temporal record. They are not evidence of a connection. They are the documented overlap that John Ray and the Gilbert family say warranted investigation. Official investigators have not charged Rex Heuermann with any crime related to Shannan Gilbert. He is not a suspect in her death under any active official investigation. No physical evidence has been publicly disclosed connecting him to her. John Ray has said publicly that when Rex was arrested, he immediately raised the question of whether the investigation into Shannan's death should be reopened in that new context. He has described the geographic proximity as significant. He has argued that the absence of a physical evidence connection is in part a product of the fact that no one was looking for one. That position, that something was not found because it was not looked for, is not provable and not disprovable. It is the family attorney documented position on the public record. Mari Gilbert spent 6 years fighting for answers. From the day she was told Shannan was missing until August 2016, she pushed investigators, retained attorneys, gave interviews, filed civil suits, and refused to let the case go quiet. She became the public face of the fight for justice in a case that official investigations kept trying to close. In August 2016, Mari Gilbert was killed. She was at a mental health facility visiting her daughter Sarah when she was murdered by Sarah's ex-boyfriend. She died without ever receiving an official answer about what happened to Shannan. She had spent 6 years fighting for her daughter. She never found out. Shannan's sisters, particularly Shannan Gilbert, have continued the fight since Mari's death. John Ray has continued to represent the family. The civil lawsuit has continued to pursue answers through the courts in the absence of a criminal investigation. Rex Heuermann's arrest in July 2023 brought renewed attention to the Shannan case. Journalists and advocates who had been following the Gilgo Beach murders for years immediately raised the question of whether the new context changed anything about the investigation into Shannan's death. The official answer, as of the most recent public statements, is that it does not. The drowning ruling stands. John Ray disagrees. He has said so every time he is asked. The case that Shannan Gilbert opened by running through Oak Beach at 5 a.m., by calling 911, by keeping the operator on the line for 23 minutes, led directly to the discovery of 10 bodies along Ocean Parkway, the identification of the Gilgo Four, and eventually the arrest of Rex Heuermann. 4 families got answers. Millions of people know the name Gilgo Beach. Rex Heuermann is awaiting trial. Shannan Gilbert case is officially closed as accidental drowning. Her family does not believe that. Her attorney does not believe that. And having walked through every documented element of this case, you now have everything that has been established and everything that has not been explained. Here is the most important documented fact in this entire series. Without Shannan Gilbert, there is no investigation. Without her 911 call on May 1st, 2010, there is no search along Ocean Parkway. Without that search, the Gilgo Four remained buried in coastal brush for years longer, possibly indefinitely. Without the Gilgo Four, there is no task force. Without the task force, Rex Heuermann walks free. Shannan Gilbert panicked call to 911, made while running through a dark neighborhood, terrified, with 23 minutes left in her recorded life, is the reason Maureen Brainerd Barnes' family got an answer. It is the reason Melissa Barthélemy family got an answer. It is the reason Megan Waterman daughter Liliana, who was 10 years old when she said her mother has a special place in my heart, got an answer. It is the reason Amber Costello family got an answer. She gave those 4 families what she was denied herself. Very slow, very still. Her case is officially closed. The Marsh is official. The accident is official. The drowning is official. John Ray says otherwise. Shannan Gilbert says otherwise. And the phone call that was made and denied, and the terrain that does not fit, and the 39 minutes that were never fully examined, they say otherwise too. The beach is still there. The questions are still there. And somewhere in the documented record of a 23-minute 911 call made at 4:51 a.m. on May 1st, 2010, a young woman named Shannan Gilbert is still trying to tell someone what she knows. And somewhere in the documented record of a 23-minute 911 call made at 4:51 a.m. on May 1st,